Miles Bridges absolutely broke out for the Charlotte Hornets last NBA season, averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, becoming a highly explosive 3-level scorer in the league. With it relatively being a weak free agent class, a lot of teams are interested in Miles Bridges and what he can bring to a franchise. For today's video, the decision on Miles Bridges has been made, and we are going to discuss that along with everything else that's happened in the offseason over the course of the past 24 hours. So Miles Bridges has made his decision about which team he will be signing with next NBA season. And this is a story that's kind of been going on for a few days now. I've kind of bit my tongue on it for the most part just because, well, clearly you guys saw me pour an entire bottle of vodka on my head when Jeremy Grant got traded away, only for the next day to find out that it was to get a draft pick, in which we got Jalen Brunson, right, man? So yes, sometimes it's best to wait before progressing with your opinion. But then again, being a Pistons fan, I'm not used to good choices being made here, so it's kind of new to me at times here, man. But yes, before we get going on this 24-hour NBA offseason rumor, trade, news, update video, if I can ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, guys. I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos a day, but when it comes down to it, I cannot grow this channel without your guys' help. And to be quite honest, man, you guys have been showing so much crazy support as of late. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you guys so much for that. But yes, we have a ton of stuff to get into. So let's start with this story right here. Okay, so a few days ago, there was a member of Miles Bridges' rap group who posted a photo basically saying, well, he did say this. It was captioned, "If Charlotte don't drop the bag, we going to the Pistons." I saw that and I was like, so he's interested, man. He's interested. And there was a lot of, rumors and speculation that the Charlotte Hornets were not interested in giving him a max contract until about a few hours ago, old head coach Steve Clifford, the bitch-ass dog. Actually, I'm sure he's fine. Well, he got fired before, so I don't know, man. You say what you want about him. Basically went on the record to say that we love Miles Bridges and we are going to bring him back, which means that they are probably going to be offering him the max contract. Now, as a Pistons fan, I saw this and I was indifferent about it, man, because, Miles Bridges, power forward. We just traded away Jeremy Grant, very explosive player, a 20-point, 7-rebound type of guy. Not the greatest 3-point shooter, but I think he has another tier as that to progress as a player. I think that his athleticism, if you can utilize that like Andrew Wiggins does for the Golden State Warriors to make him a better defensive player, like Miles Bridges can really become an all-star in the NBA. And I kind of like the idea of that. But also I understand too, I really like this Pistons team. I like how we're constructed after the draft. And I'm personally okay with using all this cap space to take on bad contracts with assets attached. So if we get Miles Bridges, great, but it sounds like he's going back to the Charlotte Hornets. I'm okay with that too. I really like this team, and I'm going to embrace, Troy Weaver, his process, and everything along those lines, man. So probably the last time I mentioned Miles Bridges on the Pistons in a video, unless something crazy does happen. So, yes, the next rumor that we have here, I guess this is as a report via Mike Scotto, saying that some NBA executives believe Anfernee Simons could command a 4-year, $80 million deal in free agency. That's about $20 million a season. I say that feels about right. Now, I like Anfernee Simons a lot. Will he come back to the Portland Trail Blazers? I mean, I still think him in the backcourt with Damian Lillard is completely fine. But also I get to where maybe Anfernee Simons wants a different opportunity. Maybe knowing that Damian Lillard, they're really buying at him again and everything like that and building the team around Damian in the short term. I could see where Anfernee wants more of like a long-term, hey, I'm the point guard for this team, and feel embraced by the fans, right, man? Not saying that Portland fans don't like Anfernee Simons. It's just, I kind of get where that mindset's coming from. But, Portland, I think they should bring him back. If they don't, I'll understand why. So, yeah. What team do you guys think he should go to, by the way? Once again, I heard links to the Pistons in the past, but that's probably not happening now with Jaden Ivey on the team. So, I like the Knicks. Next to Luka on the Dallas Mavericks could be kind of interesting. There's a lot of teams I use on Anfernee Simons. Dude shot 40% off 6 or 7 attempts from 3. That's really solid, man. And he's only 25. So, yeah, great player. Next up, we have, this is a big one, guys. Okay. I'm going to stand up just so I can sit down. Okay. Embrace yourself here, man. This is via Legion Hoops. Tony Snell hasn't missed a free throw since before COVID. The 76ers could bring back the black Allen Iverson uniforms in the near future, man. So you guys see that one right there. You got Iverson. By the way, that photo falls down so many times, man. Yeah, those jerseys are awesome. I would be all for that. Next up, we have Kyrie Irving. We all know this one. Opted into his $37 million player option for next season. So pretty funny, to be honest, just because the entire media was going crazy. And I could really see Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, going out for a nice dinner and just being like, hey, you want to mess with the media this summer? And, going with that. And I think they really took it down to the wire, just to the point where, Kyrie had to make a choice. I'm happy they're not allowing it to bleed into like free agency and things along those lines, because it's still their team. They still want to get the best players available, and it's hard to do that when you don't know what's going to happen with some of your best players. I really always think about when LeBron James went to the Miami Heat. He waited till the very last second in Cleveland. There was no time to get anybody, man. So I don't know. I kind of have that hunch that maybe they're kind of doing some playing around the NBA media. Could be wrong about it too. Very well, other things could happen. We'll kind of see with time. This one's kind of interesting. This is something I read this morning for the first time. This is from Legion Hoops, and it says, odds are rapidly increasing in Las Vegas on DeAndre Ayton joining the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know, man. That sounds like a DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant sign trade, but also could be collateral damage from the rumors going on. So it very well could just be a nothing story now, right? With the news of Kyrie Irving staying with the Nets, right? Here we have, so they report saying the Miami Heat have checked in on Dejounte Murray. Yeah, I like the fit. The Miami Heat check on everybody. Dejounte's a great player. He would make the Heat better. That's about all I can say about that, man. Great player. Here we have PJ Tucker could be Philly bound per Mark Stein. So this was talked about a week ago, saying that he is going to be offered a 3-year, $30 million contract. PJ Tucker fits in with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's got experience with James Harden back from the Houston Rocket days. Yeah, I like the fit a lot. It's fantastic. And you would think maybe that means that Tobias Harris is probably gone if they could find, a buyer for his very large contract. Although PJ off the bench at this point in his career probably makes more sense. But, either way you want to look at it. Here we have the New York Knicks have had exploratory discussions about trading center Nerlens Noel to the Los Angeles Clippers. So beyond this right here, the big reason they would be looking to do this is to free up some cap space to make a big time offer for Jalen Brunson. Right now, that seems like the team of choice for Brunson to go to. Now, very well, if Anfernee Simons is looking for a new contract somewhere else and the Portland Trail Blazers don't want to give the money to him, you can see him also being a good fit on the Knicks too. So Jalen Brunson to the Knicks, though, I mean, I wasn't, I think everybody a big fan of how they handled the NBA draft. I get trying to free up cap space and stuff like that. Jalen Brunson was really good in the playoffs. He was solid in the regular season. I think it's definitely a big time risky move. I think it's definitely, I don't know, and this is going to come off as a completely disrespectful comparison. I promise it's not meant like this, but the prime example I have is I believe it was Bismack Biyombo on the Toronto Raptors years ago, had a really solid series, then got such a large contract in return to just his, well, that's a role player type of guy. I think Brunson is better than Bismack Biyombo. It's just, if you're a Knicks fan, I know you've had a lot of bad things happen to you, so I can see where it could be a little wary. Is this really what we're investing all our stock into? Is Jalen Brunson going to get us to that next level, or should we cut our draft picks and look to, get other guys via free agency, right, man? So yeah, and then also, love Nerlens Noel over on the Clippers, kind of running that rotation with Zubats. I think makes a lot of sense. So yeah, like that a lot. Here we have one mystery Eastern Conference team is offering 3 first-round picks and a desirable young player in a proposed trade for Dejounte Murray. So my mind went to, well, that's the Atlanta Hawks, because that was reported yesterday, but the additional player was Danilo Gallinari. So I don't know who this mystery team is, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. What mystery team would be offering in the Eastern Conference 3 first-round draft picks and a young asset? Who do you guys think is doing that? Maybe the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero being that young asset with the picks. I could see something like that happen, especially with how Max Strus played, because instantly Max Strus could be the new starting shooting guard just like that. You have Dejounte at point guard. I could see it happening, man. That's kind of my thought right there. And beyond that, it also says the Timberwolves are interested in Dejounte Murray. Everybody is. Great player, all-star. Seems like the asking price is not ridiculously high. I mean, 3 first-round picks can be pretty high, but at the same time, they can also not be high, too, based off how the team does. That's trading away those draft picks down the road. Looks like there's some rumors going on about Oladipo looking for a short-term contract to really prove himself. I mean, the dude's not like young, so. But I can see what he means by that. And it looks like a team he's interested in going to is the Kings. So playing with Sabonis. Yeah, going back to the Pacer days, right, man? Yeah, man. So obviously in the backcourt with De'Aaron Fox. Could be interesting. I kind of like the idea of that. Boston Celtics showing interest in Alec Burks, a guy that can fill up the basket, make plays for others, play off ball. I like the signing. Kevon Looney is going to be expected to stay on the Warriors on a multi-year deal. So, yep, he should be a Warrior for life, man. And I also ordered a brand new fire pit. I want to do a little barbecuing, man. Okay, that's all I'm saying. What y'all like to barbecue, man? Anything for me. I love, well, I'm not good at it, but I want to get better at it. So that is all we have for this video. Damn, man, the NBA offseason has not even officially started yet. We're in the offseason, but free agency don't start till this Friday. So yeah, that's all we got. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.